Change Builds Authenticity podcast. I am your host, James Thompson. The Change Builds Authenticity podcast will transform your being by stepping into authenticity. Get ready to unravel, walk in freedom, and renew your own spirit. Becoming authentic starts with walking in your truth. May the life that you live be an example of how you show up in the world. Our mission here at Change Builds Authenticity Podcast is just that. CHANGE is the method used to help individuals transform their life. Change your mindset. Humble your spirit. Aim to achieve, accept, and adjust your life accordingly. Be nice to others. Be grateful and have an attitude of gratitude. Empower others by telling your story. Today, I have Mr. Anthony Thompson, the owner of Just So Delicious Food Truck. I brought him here so he can tell you about his own story so that you can be empowered on how he ended up with finally branching out to become his own boss and to make a difference in the world and to change lives through cuisine. Okay, food. All right, let's get this party started. All right, Mr. Anthony Thompson, welcome to the Change Builds Authenticity podcast. I want you to introduce yourself, tell everybody about you, where you come from, how you really began to manifest this dream that you really worked on and you made it come to life. Go ahead and explain.
First of all, we're going to start off and I'm going to say I'm going to give God the praise, the head of my life. I grew up in the projects and I've been cooking food since I was the age of 7. And when I say the age of 7, they go back from, preparing food with my mother on holidays and cutting onions and bell peppers up, or if it's just crunching corn. I decided to create this business 20 years later. I've been cooking since the age of 7, and I've been cooking for my church, Trinity United Church of Christ. I did in catering, doing certain catering business for certain family members, certain friends, and things like that. And through the grace of God, my beautiful wife, first of all, I'm going to start off and say this is my wife. I'm grateful that she invited me to her podcast to speak upon my business. And it's just a blessing that a person encourages you to step out and on your own faith and create your business. Like I said, it wasn't easy and it wasn't hard to create this food truck, but it happened. And the thing that my purpose is to basically bring different culture food into our community. Some people's not fortunate to go to Jamaica. Some people ain't fortunate to go to Louisiana. Some people ain't fortunate to go downtown. So my thing is this with this food truck is to bring different culture food like Jamaican, Louisiana, Southern soul food into our community, so our people will have a chance to taste it and to experience the type of food instead of you have to go to another city or country or go out your community trying to get this type of food. And that's what I was about, and that's what I'm doing now as far as this food truck.
Well, good, Anthony. As you stated that it was about 20 years ago, we talked about this food business. And I remember I was talking to you and you said, I just don't want to cook every day. I'm not going to like it. So let's talk about that. I know you said the reason why you didn't want to be a chef is because you didn't want to do it every day. What changed in your life that now, today, you don't mind being a chef?
Well, back in them days when I was making it, didn't want to do it because I think God gave me another direction of mentoring the youth, trying to work with the youth, trying to guide them. And I worked in certain different projects in my area, like DCFS, the NII program, and I was like mentoring young guys and females. And one day, living in where not living in, I would say, being a youth worker in a DCFS building with teenagers, got their kids and they trying to cook, and you guiding them, showing them how to cook meals for them and their kids. It kind of inspired me that I was teaching them to know how to create a decent meal without going out buying a gyro here, a hamburger here. They was actually showing them how to cook homemade chili, how to cook fried pork chops and rice roni and corn. Just showing them to create a meal without going to spend all their money in a restaurant. And that drive came back. Um, Also, just love and just seeing people have a smile, including my wife, on her face when I cook something. So that showed me that I'm like, wow, this food must be really good. When you just looking and seeing people smiling, and some people just coming to your environment, to your house, to your party just because you cooking. Like, is they here because of the food, or they here for the entertainment? So, like I said, my wife pushed me. It was like, well, you know, that's your drive, and also, her and my mother played a big part in this. So, and I decided to just go with the dream. I actually was trying to get a restaurant, but some people's it's hard when you're trying to get a brick and mortar, and it's like it's real hard. So it's not that easy trying to run a restaurant business. It's really not.
So good. I like when you said that you start cooking. So we used to have a lot of events here at our house, and we thought that people were coming for us. They did. They did. They want to come party with us, but they really love Anthony's food. So Anthony is a amazing cook. He can throw down. When I say throw down, he can cook, and he did it for fun. That's the way he looked at it, and I kept saying that our dream was for him to be one of those head chefs on a cruise ship, and I was going to be one of the nurses on the cruise ship, and we were going to live this amazing life in retirement and just cruising all over the world on those cruise ships. So, I mean, it just came about. And one day we were talking, and we just started talking about a food truck. And when did you know you were serious about really moving forward with the plan for the food truck?
The food truck was in the making last year. I would say in the mid March or April of last year. I think it might have been a little longer than that, if I'm not mistaken, but it was. I'm quite sure it was like last year.
So, what happened in your life that you decided that, I'm just tired of working for everybody? Can you give us a little bit of background about that?
But, with that situation, it was like, if I'm gonna create my own business, why work for another person? And when you sit back and you could do the calculation of what you working for these people for 8 hours, and what you making, and then what you making on your own business for 2 to 3 hours, it don't add up. So it was like, okay, I'm making this much amount of money working for these people for 8 hours, and my own business, I'm making triple or 5 times of that, less than or almost 8 hours. So something had to give. And I just said I was gonna step out in faith. I prayed about it. I talked to my wife about it. I went in and prayed and talked to my mother and grandmother and them about it. And spiritual, I know they're not here with me in flesh, but they're here in spiritual. And I just woke up and just decided I wasn't going to work no more. I'm just gonna focus on my food truck and make that successful. Then you got to deal with other people telling you what to do, and I'm just decided to just give it up and focus on my food truck.
That's really good because when we literally we didn't know how much food was selling for. To be honest, we designed literally designed. We want to give kudos to my nephew James Barrett Jr., my brother's son, Barbara's son, who actually is the designer of the whole logo, Just So Delicious Food LLC. He is an amazing artist. If you all, see him, give him some kudos. If you're looking for a logo, make sure you reach out to him. He actually drew, this is my husband, whole face. He did an amazing job and got this up and running. So the logo came about. And when Anthony was ready, we found a vendor to actually create the plan for the food truck. What we found very interesting is the fact that the food truck only cost a certain amount of money. And what was your experience like? Did you feel like you were being denied financial support for your first business?
Yeah, sort of. I could say that. Yes, I was basically, felt like I was being denied because of in my theory, I think that they couldn't really make no money off me. And what I say that is that the loan that I was asking for, I guess it wasn't high and it wasn't low. And I think that the finance company knew that what I was asking for, that they couldn't make it a percentage or make any type of money off me for the loan that I was requesting for. So like I said,
Mm-hmm.
through the grace of God, I just just stepped out on faith and had to do what I had to do to make that dream come true. I think that because I was a young black man, was requesting a loan, and that probably played a part in. But I didn't. And now one day, I never let any one of those stop me from my dream. I pushed forward. I had to do what I had to do. Work overtime. And continue to do my catering on the side to get what I wanted. And I didn't let that kill my dream, and I didn't let it stop me. And I just moved forward with it.
Yeah, and I want to commend him for that because I was his biggest cheerleader in the background. Said, they could keep on saying no, we gonna get this done. It was a lot of work. I do want to say sometimes when the whole world, some of our colleagues, our friends, family members, when they look at us, sometimes your girl over here, I ain't got no sleep because when I start a project, I must finish it. And so there was once he stepped into it, he had to finish it. And that's just the type of person I am. If you're going to say you're going to do something, I need to finish it all the way through. So we sat down, we planned it, we got the logos, we looked for the vendors, we were looking for finance companies to provide that. When Anthony is money. So he the money man, I like to call him, because he look at the numbers and he know what he not gonna pay. He know what he not gonna do. So we did this. It took a whole year. This was definitely a year's project that was up and running, from picking out his equipment, which he did, building the looking for the POS system, and being able to find a vendor to create his dreams, and then wrap the truck and deliver the truck here, and just doing all that. And we thought that once we got the truck, it was gonna be all that easy. But we went through the whole hiccups and all the money spent. You have to get so many licenses. And talk about that, Anthony. All the licenses and classes we had to take.
A lot of people ask me as a first time owner, or I could say a restaurant owner, that we think it's just like snapping your fingers, but it's not. We actually had to go through a lot of loopholes with the city, with the fire department, making sure that the fire suspension system is built the way Chicago wanted. Public health department make sure everything is in line how they want it. So it's not an easy road that you're going down when you say, oh, you got a food truck or a restaurant and you can just go get your license. It's a lot of requirements. It's a lot of paperwork. It's a lot. And and the city ain't playing no game. They want your A, they want your T's crossed and your I's dot. And then the insurance on your truck. You have to have liability insurance. You have to have umbrella insurance, and you also have to have commercial insurance. And you just can't have no $200-300 um, or 50,000 or say 100. No, you have to have millions of dollars to own insurance for your business in case somebody gets sick. The city don't want to pay for anything. So if somebody gets sick or anything like that, you have to have insurance to cover all that. So it's not like going to get a car insurance, and that's a different ball game. And I'm learning a lot, and it's good. It's good. It's teaching me how to be humble. It's teaching me to get prepared for my next project. So it's just teaching me and showing me what steps. Like I said, we just jumped into this. We didn't know that it was going to be a lot of this going on, and man, it was a lot. It was some days being no sleep. It was some days a little, um, maybe some argument here and there. So, well, it's not easy. You know what I'm saying? But when you two people sticking together and you just sticking together and then nothing come between you guys on this project, it's going to work out. Like I said, I want to give my wife a major kudos, major, because without her, it's might have been a couple of times I decided to get this project up because it was just too much. You got to get your license, you got to take classes, sanitation license, you got to get this other type of license, and so like you said, it's not just something easy that you can go jump in. It's a learning experience. And I know a lot of people that probably got restaurants or business that I'm quite sure you experience a little of this that I've experienced as far as being a new business owner.
Yeah, I do want to say it was a lot of work. And just like he said, to piggyback on him, we went through the Chicago public health, and this is on the food industry. And see, I'm on the health part, and I thought that I got to take an exam. So we had to take exams. We had to get licensures. I think we had to learn about what a commissary was
Oh
and
yeah,
how that come about. And so it was a lot of moving parts that was not written in golden standard to bring this dream to reality. And so we didn't have any partners where we can click with and to show us the way. God was our source. And all the way through the project, we prayed, and also God brought an amazing, stellar, educated, intelligent individuals who knew that we were trying, and they helped us. So we do want to give kudos to the Chicago Department of Public Health, um, the um,
fire department.
the fire department, and all their resources that they also provided us downtown. Um, the commissary individuals, he is with the hatchery. And so it's just been a lot of moving parts, and all the educators in the small business department that really taught us about the different licenses that we needed. We have, well, how many licenses do we have, Lord? Have mercy. I think it's about three. We have three, and we have certificates. And this was definitely not an easy project. And you have to go through survey. This was a bit a long project, but in the end, he launched his truck August 9th. We want to give kudos to the Linwood community, uh, the mayor, her sister, Miss Curry, just to say thank you because that was our first event with the food truck, and they are always reaching back to help small business owners in Linwood. We did their festivals. We had the Chicago Heights Festival that we've done, and mainly and important, off the referrals from the Chicago side of town, to have him be in the Taste of Chicago. It was one of the best experiences, and I'll let Anthony talk to you about that.
Um, Chicago taste. It was ooh. It was a like I said, it was a beautiful project, but it wasn't easy. I applied for it. When we did the interview and a Zoom meeting, but they denied me because of the truck wasn't here. The truck wasn't ready. But once the truck got here and it got ready and passed the inspection and the health department and all that, and a couple of people, they called me back in at the taste at the last minute because they were like, okay, we said we was gonna look out for you. We looked out for you. When we got that experience with the taste, I thought it was gonna be an easy run. Maybe because I had the festival in Linwood and didn't expect how much food to buy or how much people's. So the experience that I had in Linwood kind of threw me off a little bit because I bought so much food, and people know when you're in the restaurant industry that you're not allowed and you can't keep food overnight. So, not knowing my first event that I bought so much food that I had to give it away, and I had to throw it away. And so when the taste came, not me not knowing, not being a vendor in taste, didn't know really to expect. And okay, the first day was okay. The second day we ran out of food. Ran out of food at least about 6 or 7 times. And but I'll be prepared next year. I'm gonna be prepared next year. But I can say that because it was just only me and my wife working. So, we didn't really have no help. We didn't really have people, I would get thanks to close to my auntie and my cousin and his girlfriend. They did play a big part of going to the grocery store for us and dropping off the things that we needed that we ran out. But it was nice, but it's a hard work. The taste wants you to serve food from 11 to 9. You cannot run out of food, and you cannot shut down before 9. But by this was our first year, we didn't know that, so we had a little talk with Neil and them, but now we know to expect next year. And like I said, we was humping. Me and my wife would leave the taste. We'll go to the grocery store on our way home, park in the truck. We back up, preparate the food at the hash rig, and we back at the taste. And that was 3 days straight. So without no help. Like I said, she was the cashier and I'm the cook. But it was a beautiful thing. But like I said, it got rough on us. The line we sold out, and it was so popular that the mayor came and asked could he eat off my food truck, and I told him, yeah, you can eat off my food truck, because of the ratings and what the people was getting and how the food tasted. So, like I said, it was a beautiful experience, but we'll be prepared next year. Um, yeah.
Oh yeah, I think he sold over 1,089 people in the Taste of Chicago, and I didn't have time to basically take no pictures or no videos. Y'all had to be there to see it. And some of the people that came, they saw that line. He had jambalaya, he had red beans and rice, he had catfish po' boy, grilled chicken. And when I say every culture was in that line to eat that food, and they all was talking about it, I was so happy to be his wife because I've always told him this all since I met him. Like he got me with that food, but when I say we were humping that line and we were humping, I worked that window, okay? 1,089 people we served in the Taste of Chicago. I saw it on the register. Um, you do invest a lot, and you make what you put in, you put out. We did very great for those 3 days. And we just want to say thank you. We was in our city, and the truck had not even been out for 30 days, and he made it to the Taste of Chicago. And so we're grateful. We will be back if we get another opportunity to come back to roll out again. It's a great experience. It's wonderful. And what you say, I ain't cooked in what?
20 years.
He said, I haven't cooked in 20 years. You don't let me, he don't let me cook. He don't let me cook. But that's our story. We do want to give a shout out to FMK Media, Felice Kimbrough. Of course, she got us. She got all his items, t-shirts, hats, all of our dress code together, and got us looking all good, just like that truck. If we can leave anything with anybody, we do want to say, if you're thinking about a food truck and you're looking to experience it, get in touch. It ain't no easy thing, but don't let people tell you no. Okay? You still pursue your dreams. What else you got for me?
Well, I just want to say, just stay positive out here. Check me out. My wife gonna post us up on Facebook. Go on there and find my location where we at, and see you then.
Yeah, this is Just So Delicious Food Truck. He is on Facebook, Just So Delicious Food. He's also on Instagram, Just So Delicious Food. And you can scan his menu. Our number for the food truck is 773-655-5944. You can always hit us up, text us, ask us where our location is. We are primarily on the south side of Chicago. And hey, this is what we do. He sells Jamaican, American, New Orleans, and also soul food. So be on the lookout. Tomorrow is Friday, and he got different locations he be at. Until next time, thank you for joining the Change Builds Authenticity podcast. Like, share, comment, come on the podcast. Until next time, thanks.
Peace.